cold slice of pizza. This young Asian, it's nice to meet you. You ain't never seen a nigga like this.
Yeah, I'll do that one. You ready? You good?
Yeah.
Alright. This is just giving me anxiety. Alright. Check.
Watch the second we start, he walks in.
You are listening to a high senior production.
Now, I don't never wanna hear you niggas say you got this shit again. Look, fake niggas don't show me love, and all you fake bitches, I don't want your hugs. I got this pistol with a gang of hundreds, and this drop Mercedes-Benz get done blunted. Don't be surprised if you don't get what you never wanted. I'm on my fifth fly whip while you ain't.
Matter of fact, I don't want to start with that one. I'm going to start with this one.
Ooh, you're cheating.
But hey, this is the beginning, and we can always start from a different spot. So.
Nipsey on they titties, more game than ESPN. I turn these hoes to lesbians, make her fuck her best of friends. Get here for 1 hour, smoke a blunt and catch my second wind. I've been off my tour, but she probably just had sex with him. She's out of your possession, you cannot protect her. Then South Central, that's my residence. Daily like those 7 cents, and if I'm not the king of this, I must be the president. OMG, I'm ill as shit. Money is my medicine. Shout out to my niggas in the pen, text messaging. Shout out to them bitches getting it in they crevices. Conjugal visits make sex seem so irrelevant.
R.I.P. Nipsey.
Real, man. R.I.P. to a real one.
Condolences to his family, his loved ones, Lauren, whole family, all of his loved ones. Just want to start the episode by saying that.
For real, man. All I keep saying today is this one like really hurt, man. To have to hear that news on a fucking Sunday, like kill a man in front of his business, something that he's doing for the community, cold blood like that, like that ain't right, man.
Didn't even want to start with it, to be honest. I didn't even want to start with it. Yeah, we're gonna get into it a little bit later. I don't want to have this whole episode be somber and whatnot. So, you know, you tuned in with the Popcorn Players. This is season 2, episode 9. Week 10, episode 9. And we here. What's up? How you doing? Well, wait, let me just say who's in the room, just so y'all know. You can't always see everybody on camera. Obviously, you see him here with my partner, my player partner, Larry.
What it is.
In the building. We got Mike behind the camera, as always. You know, if there is picture, it's because of Mike. So
He
here.
You see us, he here.
Y'all see us on YouTube. You know Mike's in the building.
You understand?
And yeah, we are without Ronald this week. He had a little technical difficulties getting back. He's on a road trip at the moment, enjoying his young life. So
back and forth, man.
Hey, can't hurt him. Can't hurt him.
How you live?
That's how you do it. That's how you gotta do it sometimes. But yeah, you tuned in, Popcorn Players. We here. So what's up? Another week. How you doing?
Hey, man. I thought I was having a tough week until I wake up yesterday afternoon to some news like that. So just know that it's never as bad as you think it can be, you know, man?
Straight up.
Every day you above ground, able to complain about some shit. You having a good day. So
that's real.
That's how I'm trying to look at shit right now.
Perspective, for real. And that's exactly what he would have wanted for us, honestly. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, my week, it was a nice week, busy as hell. Nigga didn't have a day off, not one, but I still found some time to squeeze some fun up in there, you know, when I could. Saturday, you know, we was together. It was an eventful Saturday, to say the least. Yeah.
Hey. Shout out Snetta.
Brookline, you done did it.
Y'all got.
2019, bitch.
Took y'all motherfuckers long enough, but.
Straight up.
it-
Straight up.
We made it.
They got an array of different products.
Yes, we can.
Keep you in the loop, so.
For those that don't know what we're talking about, let's
Just look into it.
all right, we ain't got to let everybody
get
know.
too far into it. We didn't
Netta.
give enough.
This episode
Netta.
brought to you by-
Right? Your ad could go right here. Just saying. This spot, this exact spot.
Man, hey, put them posters, some of them little flippy cards.
Listen, put a poster right here. I take that down. I'm sorry. Hey, listen.
This is
I'm
all
sorry.
real estate.
I'm sorry, B, but if we
It's
got
real
if
estate.
it gotta go, it gotta go. All right.
Hey,
This picture can come down any day.
try and put some numbers on the board up in here.
Just listen.
You know what it is.
Hey, ads. That's all I'm gonna say. Ads.
Speaking about some motherfuckers trying to put some billboards, you heard that Chicago's trying to make Jussie put up some billboards?
Yo, how? All right, we might have to catch everybody up on what's going on with Mr. Smollett. Ever since he got off of the 16 charges, all 16 were dropped. There was never a case, right?
There might still be a case with the feds on this one.
If the feds decide to step in, yes, there still might be a case. You got that.
You got that unstable creature in the office trying to spin up and drum up some shit. So,
And the fucked up part about that is, you know, Trumpito just talking about it, just tweeting about it, is bringing attention to it and getting people riled up. Now it's becoming something to pay attention to. And not only him, the mayor of fucking Chicago is the one who's really doing this. He's the one who's trying to make Mr. Smollett pay
but
$130.
Rahm's slick ass is trying to take the attention away from him and what he's been doing, or excuse me, not been doing
For a fact.
for the last how many ever years you've been mayor of Chicago. So
Too long. Whatever it is, it's too long.
That shit when you got police out there killing your citizens and then it's just business as usual.
It's wild.
Fuck you.
It's wild.
This week, the fuck you goes to Rahm Emanuel. And I ain't gonna say the city of Chicago, because they don't stand for that shit. Just fuck you, Rahm.
They're trying to send this man a $130,000 bill for the overtime for the case. What?
Hey, police spend fucking money on, or tax dollars, excuse me, on way worse shit. You want this back because of what? Tell the police to give it back, motherfucker.
That's real. That's the realest thing I heard maybe this fucking today.
What the fuck you talking about?
Straight up.
Motherfuckers didn't do, like, how many people did you have on this that you had $130,000 in overtime?
You want to know?
That probably went to 6 motherfuckers. So, like, when it comes to shit like that, I don't trust it. You know,
Dog, how they demanding money back from Jussie when they've solved only 6% of their homicides for the year? They're saying they took
Not
away
even.
from.
It
They
says
say
1 in 6.
1 in 6. 1 in 6 homicides in the first half of 2018.
You see what I mean? It's a diversion tactic. He's trying to take attention away
1
from
in 6.
that fucking terrible number. Oh, we're appalled that he would do this. Yeah, if he did do it, which a lot of it looks like it is that way, yeah, it's fucked up. But you all have been and will continue to do worse shit in the
Like
past.
killing our African
and
American
going
youth.
forward. So not even just that. Like, there's been reports and news reports and shit like where they set up bait traps, like box trucks full of like Nikes and shit in the poorest neighborhoods, and then just lock people up.
The fuck
Like
is
the
that?
people had to like write to the fuck. It was a sting operation by the police.
It's fucking ridiculous.
The
Wait,
people had
talk
to
about
write to
wasting
the
their time.
police like, why the fuck would you do this?
Talk
Like,
about
what was the
wasting
point in
resources. Wasting resources. That's all.
But you want
That's it.
$130,000 back from someone when you fucking
This
using-
nigga, he's trying to go to court for it. He's trying to take it to a courtroom. And if they go to a courtroom, this nigga Jussie can end up paying 3 times the amount if he does get charged. It's $390,000. That's all I'm saying. He's trying to get that out of my man's. That's wild.
System stacked, man. So, like I said, man, fuck you, Rahm.
Straight up, fuck you.
Straight up. I found that soundboard.
We need a soundboard, bro.
We need a soundboard. I don't know if you should hold it though.
Yeah.
I don't know if you should hold it though. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be real honest.
We could probably find some clips of just you guys saying funny stuff and just be a soundboard of us.
Hey,
I like that idea.
That's even better.
We ain't gonna tell them this idea. We're gonna make sure we cut this part out because they'll just see it when it comes in. You know what I mean? When it just happens, they don't gotta know
what you
we
should
doing.
do is just edit over it with what you talking about.
It's true.
Boom.
There it is.
That way you ain't gotta like edit the actual. We keep doing what we've been doing.
There it is. Continuing on, you know, and as I was saying before, Trump needs to. Why is Trump even tweeting about this? Why is this even important to a president?
This nigga Ben had
What's
Twitter
going
fingers,
on?
man.
What's
Ben
going
had Twitter
on?
fingers.
He needs to go back, like, go and do some work. Go and do some work. Go do something.
So
Stop
we need
worrying
to
about.
smash this motherfucker's phone.
Not only that, we just need to get this man up out the fucking office. Like, why is he still in office? How haven't we? What's going on with this impeachment process? That's what I really want to know. What's happening?
I did hear that BuzzFeed got a copy of the Mueller report, and that it should have came out at some point today.
They were
I
gonna
haven't
release
really
it
looked
today.
back into it since I saw like that breaking article, but
True. Could you check that out, Mike? The Mueller report. See if BuzzFeed actually got a hold of the Mueller report.
Mueller.
Mueller, whatever you want to call it. MEU, whatever.
It's MUE.
UEEU.
It's Mueller.
All right.
Yep, Mueller.
It's Mueller.
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 Bueller.
Mueller.
Bueller.
Mueller.
Keep speaking on it. What else can you say?
Hey, man. This man wrote a 400-page report, and then the attorney general come back the next day and say he didn't find nothing.
How did the BuzzFeed get a hold of it? That's what I'm curious about.
BuzzFeed and TMZ,
They got their sources
for real
on
man.
lock.
They got
on lock.
They got some hands in high places.
Yo, and did you hear about the whistleblower actually that popped out recently? Some whistleblower popped out and said the top officials of the White House denied the
They let people who shouldn't have had clearance
exactly have clearance.
the
25 people.
They
25
had like
people.
red flags on their profiles or some shit.
Because of ties to foreign governments.
All right, this was 7 hours ago. Congressional Democrats. Are
Wait, do you want the mic? Here, hold on.
This is from. Fuck that. It's from Fox News. Fuck Fox News.
Does it say that BuzzFeed got the?
Just look up BuzzFeed.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do.
I'm looking.
While Mike's looking for that.
Fuck Fox News.
All right, while Mike's looking for that, there's some more fuck shit going on that we can address.
Let's get into it. What's
We can
up?
address Billboard's fuck shit.
Billboard. They just mad that
No. We gotta explain it. Explain it to our listeners what we're talking about and why we're mad.
so. Homie Lil Nas, is that how you say it? Nas?
I believe so.
He got a song called Old Town Road. Giddy up on the horses or whatever. What's the lyric? What's the bar? Got the horses in the back. That's the one.
There it is.
He got a country song.
It's
on the country charts. It's tearing that shit up.
rising.
And then they remove it from their charts.
Billboard removes it from the country charts.
Why? Oh, this isn't on the grounds of what we usually deem to be country music. You got Billy Ray Cyrus saying it's country music. To stop thinking inside the box, like,
Not
the
only
fuck
that,
is going on, man?
Not only that, I'm sitting there scrolling on Billboard, looking on their website, looking at all this shit because it is a source that I use. They just typically be on some fuck shit. I was scrolling on there, and why in the hip hop section do they? I gotta look at fucking what's his name? What's his fucking name? I fucking wrote it down because this is some bullshit. Kid Rock. They literally posting about Kid Rock wearing American flag pants at the White House in the hip hop section. They consider Kid Rock hip hop. They consider Kid Rock hip hop.
Even with Kid Rock's ties to hip hop, like,
Fuck
which is
his
how he got
ties.
his start.
Fuck his ties.
He started off as a hip hop artist,
Get
but
out of here.
I'm still not endorsing that.
Get out of here.
They do anything to fucking discredit and
Not only that, but if
put
anybody
us to the side when we fucking do some
if
shit.
anybody uses our culture and then does whatever they want with it, they can get all the notoriety and move fluidly however they want, be whatever genre they want to be when it comes to stealing our culture. But we can't make a song that has that's, yes, some hip-hop tones to it, but that's a country song.
Through and through.
That's a country song.
All the way.
To me. There's hip-hop tones to it, yes, but that's a country song. But
That
you get his
song-
taken off the chart. Like, you trying to
And
box
he
us
even
in.
talking about some country shit.
That's a fact.
You talking about pickup trucks and horses. I ain't listened that intently to the song, but it's some motherfucking country shit.
It's just
At
wild.
the end of the day.
It's just wild to me how they, and this brought up another thought in my head. This brought up another thought in my head, honestly. Like, let's think about it. Let's talk about it. Okay. I'm going to just say it. Post Malone.
Yeah, he
just say
got
Post
in the
Malone.
game off some.
Don't refer to him as it.
He got on. He
Nah.
got in the game on some rap shit, right?
Okay.
But now he does whatever the fuck he wants.
And he can do that. He can now do that. He got hot. He got famous. He got notoriety because of the rap shit. Even though if you go back, there's videos of him performing country. He's originally a country artist.
Yeah,
Like,
he's from Texas. Some shit.
gets hot on hip hop, and then now does whatever he wants. Doesn't consider himself hip hop. Like, what? Doesn't consider himself a rapper. Like, now he wants to do. Come on now.
He's out saying that.
Come on now.
Him and even more people though. Like,
He'll be like, I'm not a
you
rapper.
got that new dude, Blueface. You got Cardi. They all disrespect the culture too.
They do. They
They're
do.
talking about I only do a song just to make money. I don't even listen to music.
Then-
Hip hop.
Then they can't shit on us when we come for their skill in the craft of music. If you're only in the music for the money, cool. Then we can critique you like everybody else because you're still in music.
But
So
at
when
the
we
end
say
of the
you
day, they're
can't
still
write, your
getting
lyrics aren't
critiqued
yours,
like
you're-
everyone else though, which is
True.
through Billboard and their numbers.
I mean,
Because
but when
you're
you come
hot
to
and
us-
catchy, does that mean that, like, what does that mean?
Who thinks you're hot?
Obviously, it's little kids and shit.
I mean,
It's
But
grown.
all right, but let's
people who
think about it.
dictate-
We all respect Cardi. We all think she's great. We all support her, but we don't think she's super talented.
yeah.
We don't think she's super talented.
Well,
We think she has talent in some places. She's a good performer. She can do some things. Yes, you have to
But
be able to
most of all,
perform
you
a
just gotta
song.
respect the grind.
But I respect her grind, and I respect the fact that she can perform pretty well.
yeah. This demographic, I don't get.
But like musically, I don't
Yeah.
think she's like above or beyond or like extra, or maybe that's just
Think of a
me.
few better
Maybe that's just me.
artists.
That's just her, using her as an example, though. You know what I mean?
You could do that for plenty of people who's rappers today, though. It's not just her.
She texted me and said she wants to talk about that actually. So I wasn't sure if you were checking your phone. She said she wanted to talk about Cardi herself.
Who?
B.
Oh, did she?
B. Yeah.
Bev?
Yeah.
Ah. B
Like
wanted to
just
come
now?
and talk about.
Yeah, just
I
like
think she
that.
tried to get in touch with me, but I'm not answering right now because we're clearly in the middle of something.
Yeah, she said she'd be here soon.
She want to talk about.
But
I
there you
mean,
go.
well, that's
Cardi's
getting.
audience.
She wants to talk about a different topic with Cardi, and which we should get to. And we could wait for her if we want to talk about it. Then we could wait for B to get here if she wants to actually be a part of the conversation. It's that surviving Cardi thing. Have y'all saw that? Y'all heard about it? You heard about it?
She out here Bill Cosby and motherfuckers.
Well, some old videos of hers came out, and we're gonna wait to really get into this topic because I do think it's unfair for just three men to have this conversation about this topic without having a female or woman presence in the room.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Not to say this, to say nothing, but is Bev the right person for that? You remember what happened when we talked about Amber Rose?
On camera?
We didn't talk about it on camera.
This was
but
like
this
5
is,
years ago.
It's a
but
different
like,
conversation.
But this is kind of in the same vein.
In the same vein, but I do think, but it brings up very interesting points because it's from the other point of view. Now, so Cardi was accused. For our listeners,
She
Cardi
wasn't accused.
You're right. She admitted.
said it herself.
She admitted to an old video from years ago popped up of her admitting that she used to drug and rob men back in the day, take them back to the hotel room, give them a little drugs, and then rob them of their shit. Apparently, from her stripper days when she was out there having to survive on her own. And she's getting backlash for it now, as she should. I think, personally. It's an old live. She was on like Instagram Live talking about it, like admitting to it.
Most likely not just talking, but bragging about the shit. Like
I didn't see
the
it.
video
I didn't see it
myself,
either, but I
like,
just know the
that's
topic.
not something you just talk about.
True.
And especially like someone like Cardi B, I don't see her like, oh yeah, like I did some fucked up shit in my past. Like I used to rob and rape niggas because I had to survive. Nah, she was like, ha, nigga, I used to rob.
But
That's
we can't.
what
But we don't know that. But we don't know that.
That's how I probably see the shit happening.
All right.
personally.
Well, what she got right now? She's got a deal with like Pepsi. She had that commercial.
She ain't
with
gonna lose
None
none
of
that
them.
shit.
None of it. Well, let's keep it funky. None of them have dropped yet. None of them have dropped her yet.
Thornhill.
That's kind of the point I want to talk about. Like, do you think there's a double standard here going on?
Well, what does she
Currently.
have to do? She's already broken so many records.
Well, we don't know if
But-
there's a double standard yet because
It's on a TV show.
maybe fucking 20 years from now, niggas will pop out like.
We'll see. We'll see what her fans.
I don't know, man. I don't know because I don't think it has to do with her fans necessarily because her fans are gonna ride with her regardless.
Okay.
If they're her fans, that's why I don't think it necessarily they necessarily matter in this instance. I'm more talking about like everything else, like everyone else, like endorsements, like you were bringing up, like other
I
shit,
said, ain't none of them gonna drop.
and none of them have.
Yeah,
All right. Now
You
you're
about
gonna
to get
say,
your
yeah.
ass
I'm
beat,
not saying all
nigga.
that.
I'm
That's
watch-
you on your
I'm
own.
gonna turn the camera around too.
Exactly.
I'ma film
The
that
second
shit.
it happens, that's on you
Yeah,
then.
jump on your ass like a spider.
Straight up. She's struggling to get in the door. She wouldn't even think
You
she's
see, he already bracing for this shit.
Yeah, his head's on.
Played out. Cardi's mad played out. So it's just.
You trying to get jumped, ain't you?
He gonna get jumped by one person.
Oh my
Straight
God.
up. What? Nothing.
Nah,
We're waiting
go
for you
ahead
to
and
get
listen.
into the topic.
I'm waiting to see. Say one more thing, Mike.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike. We waiting on you. You was talking all that.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I don't fuck with that shit.
What shit? What shit don't you fuck
Yeah,
with?
tell us.
You know.
No, don't say it all polite. This
Yeah,
nigga,
you
say
getting
how
all
you
polite
say it.
now. Why you
Keep
all
that same
polite?
energy, nigga.
Why you all polite now, huh?
This is not no April Fool's.
He being all civil.
Straight up. Hi.
Mike was saying fuck Cardi.
So B just walked in the
Oh,
room.
oh.
B just walked in the room. Would you like to sit down?
Oh, nigga, she about to put him in the red naked chokehold
Straight up.
one
Straight.
time.
You come sit over here. You wouldn't be on camera. It's not. It's only us.
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm not prepared.
Well, it's just a casual conversation. We're just talking.
No, I'm prepared for the conversation. I'm just not prepared to be up here.
All right. Nothing. Well, we're talking about Cardi right now, and we're talking about the surviving Cardi.
Oh my God. You know what?
All right, listen. Hold on. I wasn't even done explaining it. So the video came out. The video came out and receiving backlash. She hasn't no endorsements have been lost yet. Nothing's really. It's kind of like disappeared already, and
It's been a week.
and people have
It's been a week.
There was a hashtag called Surviving Cardi, hashtag Surviving Cardi, in vain with the surviving
But that's
R.
the
Kelly and
internet.
surviving.
If something,
And it might be the internet,
how's
but
it a reach if she admitted it though?
okay.
Did
And
R. Kelly go like, I
so
did this now?
my question was, is there a double standard in what's happening right now? That was my question.
It's too
W-
early to
if-
see the repercussions of this.
well-
This is the first I'm hearing of it. April 1st. This is the first I'm hearing of it.
It happened a week ago. It happened a week ago.
This is from a week ago.
Everything came out like a week ago.
Yes. Okay.
No April Fools. This happened a week ago. Everything came out, and I feel like now it's like disappeared. So I'm wondering if this is a double standard. Mike says it's too early to say. I don't think so. Rick Ross and that lyric, and he lost his endorsements quickly after.
Explain the lyrics.
Put Molly in the champagne.
She ain't even know it. She ain't even know.
He lost what endorsement?
Reebok.
Reebok.
6-figure endorsements.
You know he
company.
re-signed with them.
Couple
a little
years
bit
later.
After.
But still. And that was a lyric in the song, which is a little different than I think admitted
Him
video
actually saying I
and
do
actually
shit like
doing
that.
it. You know what I mean? And maybe you can argue that there's a gray area in there. I'll give that the benefit of the doubt. But do you think that there's a double standard in like what's going on, backlash, and what's happening?
That's my honest answer. Is it's too. That's it? Yeah, hold on.
Let's let me go.
It's quick.
You want to go first?
It's pretty quick. So my honest answer, fuck you for calling me. Sorry, I'm gonna cancel that call. Is that this is the first I'm hearing of it, and for me, it's too early to know. I feel like it potentially could work towards a feeling of double standardness, but how can you hate Cardi at the same time? I think she has so much momentum of success built up right now, and she has so many accolades. Honestly, I mean, there's a lot to admire as much as as petty as this is. So I'm gonna give it time, but it could be a double standard if I'm not saying like take anything away from her, but let's like have a conversation about like we are right now.
So how do you think people felt about motherfucking Bill Cosby? Accolades.
Ooh,
It's like
that's a
say it's
whole
true.
nother level. It's Cardi. I mean, she's
she's
been known to just being like awesome.
Saying it's Cardi can't be on.
Yeah.
But she's so cute.
Inequality. I don't agree that it's okay to bring up these you guys have mentioned so far. I mean, let's start with the hashtag, okay? So, surviving Cardi. We took a hashtag that was meant for a dangerous predator for decades. He had preyed on young black women. He had sexually abused them. He had, I mean, you could essentially say he trafficked them through the country because he did. As the documentary will now tell us, this was a hashtag that was made specifically for silencing him, and the fact that other industries or, you know, other agencies or whatever weren't really silencing his music. They were still allowing him to profit while he was harming young black women all over the country, from Chicago to Atlanta to Miami to LA. So I don't agree that this hashtag should even be applied to Cardi. From my understanding, that video that was released, and she brought out, and she came out and she said, you know, that release or whatever from way back when, she said, you know, I had to drug and steal. I had to steal like scammers' money, like people who, you know, motherfuckers who basically were trying to buy sex from me, and I had to to get away with that. I had to drug and steal their stuff and like leave them in hotel rooms and stuff. Like this is something she used to do when she was really, really poor, and she was a young girl from the hood. I'm not condoning it, not okay at all. But this is what she had come out and said, and she had literally, she hadn't rapped about it, but she had talked a lot in her songs. Like, I've followed Cardi since her beginning. She talks a lot about how she always was with scammers. You know what I mean? Like people who literally were scammers. So this incident that I heard about, this dude, did you read that blog, by the way? That the guy who came out as a victim? It's not true? It was a rumor? That guy was lying. So was there anybody that's come up, or? So we're going off of just the video? Not anyone's personal account? Her video. Yeah. The video that everyone's talking about. Yes, of her admitting it. Yes. So I don't think it is, first of all, she did not rape anyone. I'm going to repeat that. She did not rape anyone. Rape is very different than theft. And that's what I'm gonna hold on that, because you gotta give me some faces. But she did not rape anybody. So equating surviving R. Kelly hashtag to surviving Cardi, a reach. She stole a man's money that was going to buy sex from her. So technically, I think that's the equivalent of, yes, he was in a hotel to buy. I think it's the equivalent of basically like someone telling you they're going to give you pay for a service, you expect to get that service, and someone basically drugs you and steals your wallet instead of getting that service, and you wake up with your wallet missing. She stole. I'm not saying it's okay, but to my knowledge, nobody was harmed, raped.
How was no one harmed?
Okay, sorry. No.
What if?
Someone was harmed.
Yeah, what if she
It is a harm. Yes, she could have hurt him,
like,
and I'm gonna speak on that alone. But I do not agree with equating it to Cosby or to R. Kelly. That is completely wrong.
Hold on. Pause. Hold on. Pause. Hold on, Mike.
Go ahead.
The lengths women will go no, hold on. I didn't even need to finish. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. All right.
The fact that she did that was horrible. Guys, I'm not saying this is okay. It is not okay. What I'm saying is I don't agree with social media equating it to the level of predatory behavior that was Bill Cosby and R. Kelly. That is what I don't agree with.
They're doing that as like social media is a joke.
So what do you
half the time
say about this? That she should lose endorsements?
No.
I never said she should lose endorsements.
I don't know if she should necessarily lose endorsements.
She's a completely different person now. She doesn't have to do that.
Did you see her statement?
I saw her statement, and I saw...
No. I take that back. She didn't have a statement. She wrote...
No. It was a... Stop.
She wrote a note, Zach.
Stop. That's a statement. Stop.
Oh, it's like a tweet.
I meant...
Okay.
Yeah, it was, I didn't
That's a statement. She dropped a statement. Do you think she... Really?
I don't know.
Really?
I'm not sure.
Do you not think... All right, here's my question. Do you not think everything that Cardi puts out is pretty, like... Never mind. Next. We can talk about that later.
That's a discussion for another day.
We can talk about that later.
CC Cardi's videos about Nicki Minaj. Anyways, go ahead. Clearly her publicist doesn't have a reign in all the things she does.
Are those videos still on her profile?
No, she took them off.
Oh, okay. That was her publicist. That's the point I'm making.
They got some.
They got end. They got
some
end
Japan.
all because she has to look good.
I agree, but
That's the point I'm making.
But I said Cardi is like active
the statement Cardi put out was basically saying, oh, it was things I had to do in another time in my life. And I do give her that. Yes, it is things like another time in your life. And I don't necessarily agree with us persecuting her for things she did in her past like that. But I don't think you had to do those things in the past. That's the point I'm making. Like, you didn't have to do those things in the past. There were other things you could have done, and it was extra. You chose to do those things. So I think for that, she should receive some sort of backlash for it. I think if it were a man and a video came out with him talking about he drugged and robbed women, there would be huge back. I think even if it was 3 years ago, I think he would still lose endorsements and he would still.
Oh wait, do you think
I'm not listen. I'm not saying that. I'm not. I agree. Maybe some of my favorite rappers have. None of my favorite rappers have admitted it in a video in an Insta Live like that. So for that, like that's like admitting a crime that you did.
Favorite rappers have done things such as like example, Jay-Z, Hove, the one we love so much, shot his own brother. We still love Hove. Hove didn't get canceled.
When the fuck did he shoot his brother? I never knew.
He did.
That's
Yeah.
gangster.
Point blank range.
Killed him?
But his brother forgave him.
Yes.
He talked about that in the song.
Yes.
He talked about healing from that. He's talked about that multiple times. Yes, people have horrible past, but I think how it's approached. Chris Brown lost half of like all of his endorsements.
Chris Brown
He lost
had to
his
build himself
everything.
all
At
the
the
way
time,
back
he had to
up.
come back from
But
that.
that was
Like-
you have to keep in mind Chris Brown did this. Chris Brown did this at the pinnacle of his career. Cardi did this when she was still living in the hood in poverty, was nobody. There's like if we're gonna do comparisons, let's at least make it fair.
It was 3 years ago. It wasn't
But
that
do we
long.
see
Like,
Cardi
still.
B getting
And,
bigger than she is now? Like,
I give her another.
and that's.
I don't know.
I'm not saying she's gonna like fizzle out, but I'm saying I don't see her getting bigger than she is.
I hope she does.
So like, I hope she does as well.
I'm biased.
I hope she does as well.
This is kind of her peak, yeah.
But I feel like she's riding on the highest of highs right now. So like, for this to come out now, it was someone's attempt to try and derail her. Obviously, like,
Absolutely.
so
Sorry, I bet she's done worse, and it'll never see the light of day.
she's
And I'm sure there's a bunch of
because she
I'm
probably
sure there's a
didn't jump
bunch of
on
people-
Instagram saying
That's
shit.
the point I'm saying. Like
Everything
you
doesn't
copy-
have to be everyone's business. Once
There
you
it
put that shit on
is.
the
Like,
internet,
she
it's
had, like,
always gonna be
we
out
get
there.
that that's who Cardi is, and she's out there, and she's gonna put everything out there. But like for that, she should probably receive some sort of criticism, backlash.
She is getting criticism though. So I'm trying to understand. You're talking about losing
Like
endorsements.
there hasn't. Okay, people are talking about it. People are talking about it, but past that, no
What
one's
type of
doing
action do
anything.
you
There's
think is
been-
appropriate though? Like,
what is? I mean,
how far
She
you
ain't
wanna
even.
take it, nigga?
She ain't even getting low. She ain't even getting low. She ain't even staying away from the spotlight. She's living her normal life like, oh, this is fine. Like
'Cause that's Cardi
nothing's
B.
changed. Like nothing's changed. You know what I mean?
I mean, I thought
Like it isn't like I would like to see that she cares a little more than she does. Maybe.
But she's come out and talked about it several times now, not just with this statement. I don't think that.
All right.
It seems to me like, I mean, this is a situation in which it's really horrible. We are, women and men both should be condoning this. This is not okay. It's not okay to drug people. It's not okay to steal people's belongings, especially when they're drugged. Like, no one in their right mind is going to say like, oh, big ups, Cardi. You had to do what you had to do. I'm looking at her like, girl, you didn't have to do all that. But this is also someone that like literally raps about being at the bottom and having to do things when you're at the bottom. I've never felt like I was a crab in a barrel. So who am I to look at somebody who's doing all this stuff and basically, being with scammer dudes and, what I'm saying, like robbing dudes and stealing money that was supposed to be for sex because the guy allegedly was paying her for sex. She drugged him and just stole his stuff instead. So like, when you're at the bottom of the barrel like that, you're
But it's
doing
like,
things to
what-
survive. You're not doing the right thing. Of course you're not doing the right thing. You're doing stuff for survival. Survival never equates to right.
I just don't see why you're saying it like having sex would kill him or some shit like that. Like,
No.
I'm not saying that.
What do you
she
mean?
Should have had sex.
I'm
Like,
saying
you're-
it shouldn't be talked about like she raped this dude
Okay, hold on.
because she didn't.
Let me just here's what I'll say. Okay.
She stole his things.
One, if she raped him, she would never admit that. One. I think that's a line she wouldn't cross. So do we know? No.
We don't know.
We don't. Okay. So, but let's just put out this scenario.
Okay.
Say that story that did come out where the guy came forward and said, yes, I am someone.
She raped me.
Say that whole scenario played out. And
Not
say
okay.
it was him.
Not okay.
Then what?
I already
Then
saw
do you
that,
think-
and I was about to sit here and be like, "Wow, that's not okay."
But then do you think things should happen to her? Lose endorsements? Anything should change? Her
I think-
trajectory should be off maybe?
I would personally.
Well, you can take that record with Bruno off the radio. I'm not crazy about it. I like her other records.
Personally, to me, someone that's coming out, like, for example, like someone that's coming out similar to Chris Brown's situation. I'm looking at this like, wow, you made some pretty bad decisions, whatever, that day you decide to make that decision. I am a fan of Chris Brown. Yes, he beat one of my favorite artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am still a fan of him because he has shown me that you can have growth, you can grow from that. You can come out of that.
You're a fan now.
I'm a fan now.
And
I
bet
was
at the
upset
time
then.
You were canceled.
I
He
was
canceled.
I
At the
didn't
time so you
I-
never stopped listening to Chris Brown?
I know I basically like discounted him. Like, I didn't stop listening to him or anything like that. I basically was just like, he's trash. Like, that he's really trash for that.
Okay. I know a lot of
I don't
people
remember
out there-
what I did. I mean,
I know a lot of people out there,
Yeah.
a lot of women out there did stop
We're like,
listening to
yeah,
Chris
he's
Brown.
trash.
So at the
Yeah.
time, he went all the way down.
right. And I was like, all Rihanna, yep.
And now we feel like, yes, he built himself back and he has shown growth and things have
Right.
happened and things have transpired now.
But also
But
at
this
that
is
time,
looking
it was
back,
it was
and
it was
this right now should be the height of our rage towards Cardi, if there were to be any.
the thing is
This
though,
right now would
I
be the
can't
height, and then
even
we'd be seeing
reconcile.
the repercussions after that.
I can't even reconcile that though, because Chris Brown did what he did during his career. Again, she is doing this at the bottom of the barrel, scratching
so she
to
wasn't
survive.
working on trying to become a rapper that whole time?
I have no idea. That video was released 3 years ago, correct?
When Bodak Yellow was hot.
That video was not released during Bodak Yellow.
The live was 3 years ago. Bodak Yellow came out when?
The end of 2016 or the end of 2017? We need to check that. 2017. Yeah, that's not 2016.
That's when it really got hot. That song was bubbling for a year.
Okay, so out for a while from January to June. Still not when that video
That
came.
song came out in 2016.
Okay, my point is, so what? She let out that video in 2016. I don't even think she did that crime in 2016, is what I'm trying to say.
No, she might not have.
I understand this. I understand. In the video, she's in the video talking about, this is the crap I had to do to survive, I had to do this stuff. That's what she was talking about.
But I don't agree with that, so I can't buy that.
I understand you don't agree with that. Well, I know that people,
You
you know what though? I'm different. I'm different. I can't judge. So you don't think that people are allowed to feel like they have no other out and they are going to do what they have to do to survive? Like, I think that people can sometimes feel like they are at the bottom and that you have to make decisions that are just not okay, not moral at all. I believe that a human being can get to that point and still find redemption. I believe that. But you don't think that it's okay for anyone to make a decision like stripping, like, we've gotten to this argument before. Amber didn't have to strip when she was 16. Yep, I was going to bring it up. Amber didn't have to strip when she was 16. We've had an ongoing argument about this. But I'm saying that people can get to the point in which they feel that this is what they have to do. And I can't judge that.
But why is
Because
that
I've
only
never-
okay when it's a woman that does it?
It is not okay when that's a woman. There are many of men.
So
Every rapper. You want? What do you mean? Name one. All your favorite rappers have been at the bottom. What you mean?
That would like that have like I don't know. Maybe
Abuse another
that is
person.
abuse. That is abuse.
Abused another person. Dr. Dre. What's up? Dr. Dre, what's up? He actually used to beat women throughout Hollywood when he was, and we still listen to Dr. Dre. What's up? What's up?
Drug women and stuff to advance himself.
So what are we? So
No, I'm not.
Wait.
I don't want to compare it. I don't even.
we can't. That's what I'm saying. You can't
Here's the
compare
thing.
these
I don't want to
things. They're
compare 'em.
different. They're
But
circumstantial.
at the time, though, he received backlash.
At the time, no, he received
had to
backlash now, not at the time.
Okay, you're
He-
okay. Fine.
the
You're
woman
right. You're
he
right.
beat
You're right.
actually
You're
was
right. And that
blackballed
and
from
that
the industry
and that was
when
how
she
long
spoke
ago?
up.
You're right. He faced backlash now, and it was how
But
long
nothing
ago?
happened to him though.
But he faced. What do you mean nothing happened to him?
He
Do you
faced
think-
backlash
wait,
just
wait.
like Cardi, but nothing happened to him. He
So-
didn't lose anything.
I don't believe that.
I believe that for fact. Fact check that, Mike. Fact check that,
Can you look
Mike.
that up? Can you look that up?
What are the numbers?
Dr. Dre.
Dr.
if, like,
Dre.
anything happened.
Let's think of
around-
some- there's
What's
so
that
many
girl? What's that-
people.
What's the woman's name?
Like Cardi B put it out himself in that
He did.
documentary.
He did. That he beat
explained
her.
and had the woman on the documentary.
But I'm saying that like nothing happened, to the best of my knowledge, nothing happened to Dr. Dre. We discounted. We were like, man, you were messed up back then. You did some messed up stuff back then. But that doesn't mean right now, you know what I'm saying, you haven't grown. Come on.
Under investigation for getting his daughter into college by paying millions of dollars. He's one of them.
That's
No
not what we're talking
way.
about.
No, but check.
He's
Check.
That's still news, though.
That's different. That's different.
That's still
Check.
news,
Did he
though.
lose
That's not what we're
endorsements?
looking for.
Did he lose endorsements for beating that
It ain't what we're
journalist?
looking for, but that's interesting, Mike.
And they're only saying that because him and what's his name, Jimmy Iovine made but like they both made a donation to that school.
No, that school is pretty much run. He's got a program. He's got the Dr. Dre School of Music at USC or something like that.
No.
He's
What's
got, like,
what's
an
the what's the
internship.
numbers, Mike?
The numbers for what?
Did he lose endorsements?
Yeah. He lost $25 million.
In what?
It's a lawsuit. Jimmy Levine,
Ivy.
him and yeah.
No, not that.
No, Mike lost $25 million for what? We need to do more research on this because I just my thought is, who knows? First of all, we don't have personal access to her bank account. All right. You don't know if anyone is making decisions to not work with her this year, this season,
That's
based on this,
exactly.
right?
And,
So
you
we
don't
don't
know
know.
how much money is
We
not
don't
gonna
know
come in from there.
exactly. You don't know how much money is not coming in.
So-
Just because we haven't heard of a released statement of like a major corporation saying that they no longer
They're cutting
ties with Cardi
Doesn't mean that
exactly that people aren't going to
that
not make
people are
decisions to
avoiding
work with
establishing
her.
relationships. Yeah,
Exactly.
I agree with that.
So she could still be losing money in another sense. My point is that like I just don't think that we should compare all these situations as if they're one and the same because they're really
But
not.
that's what the internet does.
Well, that's why y'all are
Anytime
here
a
to
male was accused
speak
of
truth to power
abuse,
because
he got lumped into Me Too. And I'm not saying it's right. It's just what happened.
who got lumped into Me Too?
The case was
Every single man who was accused of some type of sexual assault, whether it was touching someone inappropriately or showing himself, any type of different
I think-
degree, and I'm not saying that any of them are right, once again.
Mm-hmm.
All of those are on different degrees.
But
And
it
then
also
they're
men are
all
also
still-
included.
What's that?
Men are also included in Me Too. That's a
Yeah.
stigma that men are not included.
But I'm saying men are the ones who are all
Maybe, but
the
that-
culprits in that.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And they're all lumped into that category.
Right.
Despite what they did, no matter what side of the spectrum, large or small, that it's on. And
Well-
none of it's small.
Right. So wait,
But-
go ahead, Jared. Sorry to interrupt.
But why is there not that space where that can happen to someone like Cardi B? Because she's getting lumped into that surviving title.
I'm just going to say, I mean, when it comes to like this, when we bring up things like Me Too, it's a very there's a nuance to talking about something like Me Too, because you're talking about specifically rape culture. Rape culture has existed for decades, centuries, right? And specifically rape culture between men and women, who has been the oppressor and who has been the, you know what I'm saying, like the perpetrator historically. I'm not making this up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not making this up. So historically, this is coming from a years and years collection of men that are perpetrators not having any kind of accountability, being able to rise to the top, you know, CEOs, you know, sexually harassing their assistants and then firing them when they're done. And when the assistants bring it up to HR, then they're fired. You know, these are centuries of this. And so I think Me Too is a little nuanced. We can't really lump these things together when we're talking about these two different things.
Like, it's being done on one end and it's being done on the other end. Like, neither one of them are right, so you can't speak on one of them without speaking on the other is my whole point. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I agree. I think it's worth talking about. I never said this is not worth talking about. This is worth talking about.
Like, there's people...
How much money do you think she stole from him?
I don't even think that's important.
I know it doesn't matter how much. It doesn't matter how much you stole. No one should have to. Anyone that's gotten robbed knows damn well how much that sucks. You know what I'm saying?
Having to go and get a new ID.
But here's the thing. No. Beyond that, that's the thing. That's the thing. To be drugged in general and just all right. So I've had a friend that's been roofied, and waking up and not remembering anything, not knowing anything, not knowing what's happened, that's a bit traumatizing. That's scary as shit. So whether something happened or not, like, yes, that takes it a step further. Like, if something did happen to you in that time that you do not remember and that you didn't consent to, but also the fact that, like, well, and we get that it might not have happened in this case, and maybe she didn't rape them and didn't get that far, but those men are traumatized. You know what I mean? And that's like, and because maybe it didn't go that extra step, it feels like it's a lot different, and maybe it is, but to me it seems a lot closer than I think a lot of people are picturing it or seeing it. Maybe
and
that's
you know
me.
why I feel like that is? Because a lot of people will be like, oh, one, they went there expecting sex, either pay for it or whatever the case may be. And two, just because they're men, oh, who's thinking with his piece? Like, that's always gonna be what's attached to that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and I'm saying that to say this. Once again, it's like they say, how women say, how I dress shouldn't dictate whether or not someone's harassing me or something like that. The same goes right here. Like, whether or not I was going somewhere expecting this transaction to happen or expecting some sexual act to go or happen doesn't mean you deserve to be fucking drugged, whether or not that did happen.
Okay, I can agree. I can agree with that.
The next level.
I can agree with that. Can I ask you guys a question though? Yeah. So, thinking of the environment Cardi was in, right? She's living in the hood in the most impoverished parts of the Bronx. Right? She's stripping. She's doing whatever she has to do to survive. She's paying her family's bills, whatever, right? All that jazz. And she does this thing to this dude. Are you guys, as men, feeling differently if the man that she harmed by drugging them, are you going to feel differently, or is it going to be the same reaction if this man is a known abuser in the community? If this man is a known scammer, thief in the community, you guys are going to feel the same? Because the reason I say this is because I'm just kind of reading on socials a little bit, like people making comments like, well, he was, you know what I mean? Like, that was a trash ass dude anyways. Like, he's done that to, you know, like either way. Of course. I'm saying, are you feeling different, like, based on the fact that, like, if she's coming at it, well, I'm treating him how they treat me because this is the environment we're in. You know, everybody's hurting everybody. Everybody's scamming on each other. People are doing whatever. I'm just asking you guys, like, to throw it out. Does that make a difference?
I personally don't see it like that because in his eyes, he thought that he was paying her.
Mhm.
Whether or not that's something that's right or should happen.
Does it matter how he got there? Like if he did harass her, if he did do any of those things, got into a room with her and then she drugged him, is my point. Does any of that matter, or is it like?
What are you saying? Like
I'm saying hypothetically,
yes or some shit?
yeah, or something like that, because that can happen. I mean, rape in
That can, but who's to say that that's the case right now?
does it matter, Mike?
If you're
yeah, it does matter. I think that they go, wait a second.
Legally.
What did you do? You know what I mean? Like if he gets in there and it turns out he harassed her or was provoking that type of response, I think that would hold up in a court of law.
No, I don't think it would, because there's still malice of forethought to like leave with him, drug him. It's like kill, like there's malice of forethought.
Yeah, but
it's
his
not a crime of passion.
who has the better
It's not like
lawyers?
you did anything just to say, let me.
Who has the better lawyers?
All right, that's
Who's gonna paint the picture?
Let's not even go there. I don't even know how we got to the court. It just wouldn't change it for me. I don't see it like that. If he was harassing her, or I don't know why that was thrown. I don't know why that was thrown in there.
Because I threw it in there because I'm thinking of this case. Oh my God, I'm forgetting her name right now. She's gonna be released in August. The girl Centoya. Was it Centoya Brown? It was actually a similar story in which when she was 16, this man attempted to buy sex from her. He got her in a room and she shot him and killed him. I don't know if you guys have actually read the story, but like that was the basis of the story, is that he wanted to buy sex from her or prostitute her or whatever in a room, and she shot him to death, and that's why she went to jail for life. So I'm saying, does it matter how they got there?
Absolutely.
It matters. Okay, it matters how they got there, but
that's not to say that that's how they got there.
yeah,
Right.
but it does. Sure.
Because we don't know the full story of what this incident was. So I'm absolutely.
Cardi is saying that
She chose that in her life.
Had to do that. She embarked on that path.
She had to do that
willingly.
when she was in. I don't know when she made that decision. If she made that decision before she went with the guy, or if she made that decision in the room.
But she made the decision.
She made the decision. She made the decision. That's right.
There was forethought.
Centoya when she was forced into prostitution. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I guess. Okay. Well, it's a little different because Centoya is a minor too, so it's a whole nother story. But I guess my point is like.
Some pimp kidnapped her and then tried to sell her to that.
Not kidnapped her. I think it was one of those stories where like, that kind of verbal coercion of like, I'll make a better life for you kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, come with me and I'll make your life better. One of those. But yeah, I do like to think about like, how did she get in that room with that guy? Did he coerce her into the room? Was it just to steal, or was it, oh my gosh, let me drug this dude before he rapes me? I don't know. We don't know. And my point is that I always think about like, okay, so how did they get there? You know, what was he saying to her? As well as that. And if it's just that he was a nice guy who just wanted to pay for sex, which you're allowed to do in some places, I guess, in some, you know, if you're in Toronto or Canada, you know, where, you know, some places you're allowed to do that and it's considered, you know, just sex work. And she just drugged him, then that's horrible. But I always want to think about like, how did she get there? Because she's in this environment and there's scammers, there's abusers, there's all these people around her.
Okay, here's my follow-up, and I'm going to give it right back. Do you think men are afforded that same privilege to
Of
be
what?
considered, how did he get here?
Of what? How did he get here?
Get here in cases of like this, like
drugging?
How does he get here?
Of how did he get in the room with this girl?
Like you said,
legally,
how did he get here?
Legally, the system is biased against men.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying the system, not saying legally. I'm saying because I guess how this whole thing is going to play out is
Mm-hmm.
by like the public opinion. You know what I mean? So in the court of public opinion, do you think we men are afforded the same? Like, how did he get here? Or do men just get canceled? Is
What
it
do you
just
mean
out of
in
the
terms
window?
of just like this rape culture, or in terms of just this situation of drugging,
Well, like if,
roofing?
If this situation happened similarly, do you think men would be afforded that? How did he get here? In the court of public opinion, not the system.
They are.
I
That's where
honestly think
documentaries
I
and shit
think
come
this
from.
I think our society is so skewed in terms of double standards, in which in terms of like, if a man were to be in a switched bodies with Cardi, right, in this particular situation, and it was the man who drugged her and stole her stuff, right, and left. Typically, I mean, we've heard that story before. That's usually the story, but except there's rape involved, and then maybe there's a rape kit and all this other stuff. But in terms of just like drugging her, we've read that story. That happens all the time, is my point. So I can't agree that men are afforded the same story, because statistically, historically, men are not even held accountable for these things most of the time. On college campuses, off college campuses, men are not, boys are not going to jail for this stuff.
Okay.
I know
Maybe-
many women,
maybe it's a little
many
different.
women
It's-
who were
it's-
roofied
I
in
think it's-
college,
I think
which
it's-
the guys were not held accountable.
Okay, well then can we let's raise the level of it a little bit, because she's not a regular person. We can't necessarily talk about regular people.
She was a
because
regular person when it happened, so that's where we should hold her.
But the court of public opinion comes in only because of her celebrity. So it's hard to say that.
Now, yeah.
It's hard to say that.
I
It's
get
hard
it.
to it's hard to keep the scenario there. But that's my point. So we
Right.
can't say like, we can't generalize it and make it like regular people for the other side, when you have to. I feel like you have to make it a famous male too. Would a famous male be afforded the same of saying, how did he get here? That's what I'm asking. I think it's different if you're a little famous and you say you raped or drugged someone. You know what I mean? Like, when
That's
you're
why
famous, things are taken a little more seriously than
this
when
is
you're
why I brought up the situation of Dr. Dre, because when I heard that, I mean, people kind of just blew that off the water. It was like, this woman didn't say, I had been blackballed for 20 plus years after Dre beat the crap out of me. I brought it up.
Here's the thing. Dr. Dre at that time was already one of the biggest stars in the world.
Was he?
Hell
I thought he was just starting out.
NWA, like,
I thought
was
when he had
huge.
beat her, the incident had happened.
that
they
was
were
in the
still
90s,
starting.
which is around when he was with Tupac and shit.
Okay.
Like, so he was a big star. Like,
He was rising. Yeah. Okay.
I'm not saying.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait, so that incident happened in 91? Yeah. Okay.
And Dre was what was the Dre status in
So
91?
NWA was probably.
Well, he had also been. I mean, yeah, because
And they settled out of
It's-
court for $22 million. That's what
So he had that money already. He was a big star.
are you talking about the journalist that he settled
Yes.
with? Oh, okay. D. Okay. Yeah.
D Barnes, yes.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know. It's
I mean.
a
yeah,
messed
so
up
even
system.
then, those two are incomparable. Like,
I will say though, men do get pretty riled up on social media as soon as they heard this, because it was like, yeah, now let's hold her, like we've been, putting down our brothers, for friggin' Bill Cosby and R. Kelly and all these other abusers. But I'm like, there's so many abusers that have not gotten any kind of accountability.
I'm
And
not the
Cardi
type of
comes up,
person
one
that
little tiny
says-
Cardi comes up, and y'all up in arms.
I'm not the type that says just because this happened to someone else, it should happen to this person.
Agreed.
But I am the type of person that thinks everyone should be held accountable for their actions
Definitely. Like
in some form or fashion. I don't think that she needs to have like all her shit taken away
no,
from her.
she doesn't need to. No, doesn't need to end her
But she
career.
needs
Nothing crazy
to
needs
know
to
that,
happen.
like, that was fucked up.
I think she does. I think that's why maybe I'm a little.
I don't know if her statement sounded remorseful.
I don't think
I don't think
anyone
it
can
was.
learn
I
from
don't think
something
it-
if nothing's gonna happen to them personally.
Thank
We
you.
don't know, right? We came to the conclusion we don't know if she's losing money right now. We don't know.
But money's not the only thing.
It's not the only thing.
Yeah, that's her main
Popularity.
goal,
Now
but
she has
Popularity.
people- Now she has people questioning her, right? She's gonna lose a lot more than money.
But is she gonna lose fans?
Is she? Doubtful.
You don't know.
The only way we can actually follow it is by following that surviving Cardi hashtag, by looking at it and seeing it pop up, because that's the only way. All right, hashtags only are used so a community of people can stay together and so it can be followed. I'm not necessarily agreeing with it being called surviving Cardi. I get it's funny for one. It's fucking but it's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Is it something
Well,
But
you
she
don't know
said she
that.
did it
If you don't do
repeatedly.
it, if she did it
Did she
once, she
not?
did it multiple times, and
I've had to.
she's done it multiple
I don't know if that
times.
means 1 or 2,
She's
or
done it
means
multiple
10,
times.
or it means 20. I don't know.
She didn't think of in that like one moment. All right, no, she's done it multiple times. There's no way. Cause one, you can't even get just one roofie.
yeah, if you get
You
away
can't
with
even
that
just-
shit,
you can't
one
even just
time,
you can't even just get one roofie. You gotta buy like a bottle of that. You gotta buy like a couple. She gonna do with the rest of them.
This nigga know a lot about roofies, y'all.
You get any prescription is Rufalin. You can't just buy. You can't just get one Rufalin. You can't go to the doctors and say I want one like get prescribed one
Who the
tablet.
fuck gets
Like,
prescribed roofies?
that's what it is. It's people. That's what it is. It comes in like a bottle. It's called Rufalin. Like you. That's what I'm saying. You can't just get one. You gotta get a couple. Like that's the point of it. Let me get one Rufalin.
Get prescribed.
Maybe some people
She
do
didn't have
get.
to go to the doctor. I'm sure she was around scammers. You don't think they got roofies on deck?
And even scammers, you can't buy one roofie at a time from
No, they
scammers.
sell drugs. What you mean?
That's the point I'm making. Even they don't sell it one at a time. They try to get multiple off. Who's trying to just pull a one roofie and out?
That shit is not legal in the United States, nor is it legal to use it medically. You are not going to your doctor and getting no
Can't
bottle
get no
of
roofies, no Rufalin, or Rohypnol.
She was breaking a good amount of laws.
That shit is
You never
banned.
question whether Cardi was breaking laws or not. She was breaking laws. Lots of laws.
So she was in the wrong for even having the shit.
Yes.
So there's an extra layer there.
And she was scamming dudes who were scammers. Like she's rapping.
Nah, we don't know that. We don't know that. We don't know that.
What you mean?
Bev's
Scamming
so
dude. You're
big
sold
on this
on
because
that.
it's like Robin
You're
Hood.
sold on that because she's robbing
She
from the
was
rich and
robbing
giving
the
to the
rich.
She's scamming the scammers.
She was trash.
All of them? You're saying all of them are
I
trash?
don't know how many.
Bev, he
Thank
had to
you.
scam to survive.
Thank
You know
you.
what? You know what? I can't even hate.
He had to scam to survive.
If he's just out here scamming to survive,
And then she's scamming him. Everybody just.
She took it
They're
beyond
crabs
the
in
scam.
a bucket.
She didn't just scam him.
They're crabs in a bucket. All
She
right.
didn't just scam him.
No.
She drugged
She
him.
stole. She stole his.
drugged him.
She was a thief. All right. If you're gonna call Cardi anything, call abuse what?
him.
She traumatized him.
Abuse.
Oh my god.
If I drugged you,
All right. It's
abuse.
all right.
I gave you
Yes.
some-
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You didn't
Agreed.
want
Agreed.
it,
I
not
agree.
consent.
That man can't go to the zoo no
not.
more.
You don't.
Every time you see a peacock, he traumatized.
You know what?
Every time.
Goodbye.
Nigga see a peacock, he like,
Flashbacks and
No, for
nigga, go back to Vietnam real quick. Cardi, oh!
no. You know what? I do. I hope that whoever she is talking about does have the courage to come up.
My name
And
is Jimmy.
You
I'm
know
a
what?
Scammer,
Listen.
and I'm surviving
Listen.
Cardi B.
Listen. You know what? Stop that hashtag because I'm really getting annoyed at people using this R. Kelly hashtag for her. She is not a predator. Okay.
Yo, she lured men into. She lured
She
men.
didn't lure.
She
She
lured
didn't
them.
lure. Wait.
She lured them.
We're changing the story now. She didn't lure men.
She
men,
had to
Men
lure- whoa,
asked
whoa,
her
whoa.
for sex.
Wait. So you're saying every time a man asks her
That's
for
what
sex?
she said in the video.
Or is that all she copped to in the video?
Well, we're
Cardi
going
was in
off
the
of what
club
she
looking
said.
like
I'm going
Stevie
off of
J.
what she said. You know
She
what?
was busting it wide open.
First of all, we're not about to disrespect her up in this
That's
place.
not disrespecting.
Busting it wide open.
That's respecting her craft. Not everybody can
Her
bust
craft.
it. Not everybody can bust it.
Wow.
No bullshit though. No bullshit though.
Wow.
Hold on. No bullshit though.
Disrespectful.
I did hear she wasn't the best dancer. That is what I did hear.
You know what?
Put that out there. That's what I heard. That she wasn't the best.
She was a better
in
comedian.
there.
You know what? She would have done better if she was a comedian. To be honest, she's funny. She's hella funny.
Listen.
Did you used to watch like Cardi YouTube videos? I used to watch all her stuff. Oh my gosh, she was so funny.
Like you do. You definitely sound like you.
What is that? What is that supposed
like
to mean?
You sound like
I am a stan proudly.
Proudly. Straight up, proudly standing.
Yeah, you know what? I looked at him like, "What you say?"
This nigga Steve about to wake up drugged and
Cardi gave it to me.
Straight up.
No, it's not funny. I don't even want to make light of this. It's not funny. It's not okay.
All right,
it's not
I'm
okay
glad.
that she did that.
Thank you. That's
you
all.
know,
That's all.
I'm really not about it, and I think she is remorseful of it,
All right.
based on
We
what
can leave
I've
it there,
read. And you know what? If these people feel encouraged, not encouraged, obviously, but feel brave enough to come up and like maybe sue her or something, I think they have a right to. I think they have a right to. And she got the money to pay him, so she can pay him back.
She should pay him back.
Pay him back.
Coming for a quick
But
nail.
no more surviving Cardi. I'm done. No more.
Yeah.
No more.
All right, we're gonna fine, but
We're
do you
not-
agree
no,
with
we're
us
not
using
saying
a
that
different
anymore.
Hashtag?
No, we're not using a different hashtag because
Why?
she didn't spend her life being a predator.
You don't
okay?
know that. She
You know
spent
what?
more than a couple years.
All I know
She
is
spent some time.
I'm going off of what I know, and I'm not about to put Cardi in no same category as R. Kelly.
Okay,
and you
I
are
didn't
wrong
say-
for doing
I didn't
that.
say surviving. I said, what if we just change the hashtag?
To what? You go to clear your throat.
Cardi did it.
Wow.
Just change it to Cardi did
Wow.
it. You can do that.
You know what? She raps about it, so I guess she did.
All right. Fine. Cardi did it. That's what we'll label it. Shit. No, you since you're giving it back. Since you're giving it back. And we can just end the whole Cardi conversation there. You know? I'm glad you were here for it though. I appreciate you being here and giving us your perspective.
You know, it's my girl. I can't let y'all be talking about her while I'm not in the presence to make sure nobody's slipping of the tongue and disrespect her out here.
You can put all that away. You can put all that away. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't have that on camera. To catch the mannerisms, it was just a bit much. Listen.
damn.
We gonna make sure edit point right there. Edit.
I'm gonna cut back to this nigga with a bloody nose and shit.
Black eye or
I'm
something.
out here like, damn.
All right. Anyways,
Be all
moving
quiet.
on. Y'all, any of y'all catch that Free Uzi track? Y'all listen to it?
I don't listen to Uzi Vert.
I don't really listen to him either, but I honestly just wanted to talk about it because of his label shit that's going on. Him signing with Rock, well, his
He
management.
signed to Rock Nation Management.
So they manage him now, but literally the next day he's able to drop a song. I don't know. Who knows? They usually say, I mean, so do y'all believe that Rock Nation really stepped in and did something? Or do y'all think that it's all just smoke and mirrors and shit?
I don't know. Like, DJ Drama and Don Cannon said he could release it whenever he wants to.
They did.
He released it a day after they said that.
Well, that was
And
around the
after-
same. So it was like
and
they.
after he signed to Rock Nation Management.
I like his music.
I just, the only thing that I've ever really listened to him was with Bad and Bougie. I ain't
He kinda-
gone to like look for his music.
Well, you know, we kind of do a podcast, so we do got to listen to music. So I did listen to Love Is Rage 2, I believe it was. I didn't really listen to any of his music before that. That album was pretty dope. It was alright. It had some bangers on there. It wasn't as great as everybody hyped him up to be. And maybe, all right, so then there's some people out there who think that it was all a ruse. He was the one that was behind it the whole time and saying that he was delaying his own album because he's never had expectations put on him. He was a SoundCloud rapper before this, and that
He
was
just
how
didn't want to flop or some shit.
yeah, and that he's always just put his music up, and whatever did well, did well. He didn't have any expectations of having projects to do well. Do y'all think that was, had anything to do with it maybe? Any validity to that?
Could have been.
People want to hate on him because he's such a goofball and he's so different too. And I think that hip hop will continue to be different. But I actually like him. I didn't think I would at first. I really like Uzi, definitely.
Lil
He's
Uzi
different.
Vert.
He does not give a fuck.
I think we gotta. I think.
He's got purple hair.
Does he have to deliver? You don't listen to his music anyway, so maybe you're not the one to answer that question, Larry.
I
But
mean,
do you
based
think-
on this, based on what we talking about right now, yeah, he does. Especially since you saying that they holding it up, the shit flop and you come out, yeah, you really gonna look like an asshole.
That's true. That's true. That's a fact.
Don't lie that there are definitely artists in the world that sometimes you stop and you think like they're the artists that you go, maybe I could put out a record. Don't tell me that Uzi wasn't at one point that artist where you went, you know what? Fuck it, I might be a rapper. Like just in the back of your head. You know what I'm saying though? Like that feeling of being like, okay, if this motherfucker's
It's
making
been
money.
way before Lil Uzi Vert for me personally. Like when
That's like a genre
when he
of rap,
told
right?
me- when he told me the story behind Vinny Chase, I was like, yeah,
Oh brother,
yeah.
I'm a little offended by that.
And he was like, "Why'd you rap?" And he was like, "Lil B." And that was his answer.
Oh, Vinny?
Vinny Chase.
Pretty, and he was good. And he can actually rap. Vinny Chase can rap though.
Oh, he can't.
He can rap.
He can rap.
Kid Art can rap too. I don't know if a lot of people know them or fuck with them, but they can rap.
Yeah.
But you're right. Yeah, Lil B is a good reason to get in it. Even though Lil B on some songs can rap, like that Joe Budden diss track. Whoo! I don't know if y'all ever heard that.
I've never heard it.
Well, what's happening?
You never heard it?
This nigga got a ghostwriter.
But there's
or some
something
shit.
happening.
Nah, this shit is hard. This shit is hard.
Dude, some of our friends could rap. If you think Uzi could rap, like he does have some bars, right? But like maybe even as a fan of his, Uzi, you're welcome to the podcast. He probably has like 5 records where I went, not bad. And they were just like him saying shit like all my friends are dead type of stuff. I was like, that's a great record. It really is.
I gotta play this.
Fuck what you think. That's a great record. That's a hard record. That's not easy to be made.
Hey Joe Budden, you're a motherfucking joke. I'm hip hop, rawest rapper alive. T-shirt and buttons, this a fucking warning shot. Rap niggas wanna talk, I leave with your jaw drop. Lil beef for lil boss, big talk, get your head crack. I'm from the hood, niggas terrorists with no hair wraps. West side gangster, connected to the mob, connected to the rock, like I'm J. Cole. Shoot like I'm Steve Nash, 4-5 tuck with my weed stash. You fucking with a Robin X Stella, get your knees cracked. Internet got you thinking that you is a god. Real hip hop over here, blood and tears over here. No bitch over here, bad bitches over here. No pussy over there, pump it up, you a quit. Trying to diss me when you got a fucking full bed. Sit down, old man, your back about to blow out. My rap like a gold mine, studying my dope rhymes. Ross rapper in the game, it's like I'm stiff to coke lines. Loosen all your hair, Joe, think you need road game. Joe Budden, Joe Booty, what the fuck is your name? Shut the fuck up with those depressing ass songs. It's the summertime, get some fucking pussy and go home. Bump it up, man, I'm finna fuck your bitch, Joey. Bitch, your base god, I should write you a fucking hit, Joey. Leave your fucking head holy, the clip got the rubber grip. Lil B for Lil Boss, I'm still screaming fuck a bitch. I'm 20 and you 45, you look like you 55. You spit like I'm 65, you eating pussy 69. You're a nasty old man, probably getting butt fucked. You run around Cardi kid, where's your fucking nunchucks? Maybe you don't have none, because you're in the hood still. Probably selling X pills, probably eating asshole. Recording all your bitches, you a motherfucking pervert. Joe Budden TV, Joe Bitch TV, see me in 3D, I'm young but I'm ready, Jack. I dare you to come back, I won cause I am rap. Rap like Saran Wrap, your model bitches saved you. Put them on the internet cause don't nobody play you. Performing at cafes, you're still underground. How you go mainstream and run back underground? Joe Budden, you're a clown, please just forgive me. You should've followed fans, now your ass is gonna be history. Make you an example, I feature ass samples. You're my old son that ain't never made it rapping. I tried to give you chances, you didn't take my hand out, and now you looking stupid as you did when you came out. You had no
Yo, I'm just saying so far, that's 2 minutes and 17 seconds of only bars. Only bars. That's by Lil B. Bass God. That shit was hard.
This nigga said you eating asshole.
Dog, that's on YouTube. That shit was crazy. I was like, whoa, wait, Lil B, what? Like, this is Lil B's hardest song ever. What?
He probably got the whole pack to help him write that shit. I don't believe that nigga wrote that himself.
Insane. If he did, insane.
That nigga
You know what I actually heard? I heard Lil B is just, all right, we can all admit he's the original troll, right? Let's think about it. Think about it. Go back. Yes, think about it. Go back. He was before.
Put the curse on motherfuckers.
Dog, he was like the original troll. Lil B's been around for a minute.
Lil B's a legend in some rights, though.
He's put a lot of these weird rappers.
Like,
a lot of these weird rappers nowadays are Lil B archetypes. That's all I'm saying.
For real,
That's
like,
all I'm saying. The weird rappers, for sure.
Really made the blueprint.
For sure. For a lot of these, for especially doing the whole online thing, the YouTube and shit. Getting on there, because he was putting out those videos himself.
The cooking videos, yeah.
All of that.
That's really what, like, this nigga started cooking. You remember that shit?
I do. Wonton soup?
Well, my wonton soup.
Yeah. You think I didn't remember? Come on.
Wow.
Yeah, I brought you back on that one, huh?
Fuck, nigga, that's a decade ago, for real, nigga.
Plus, it seems like.
Nigga said the wonton soup. Oh my god. What a throwback.
Yeah. Let me bring you back for a second. Straight up.
God damn.
Where's Lil B at right now?
Chilling. Still cursing people.
Dread somewhere now.
Yo, he actually put out a project, I think, like a month or two ago. I think.
Nigga,
Chief Keef
stop
did too.
saying it like you listen to it. Chief
I
Keef
didn't
puts
listen to
something
it
out every week. Nigga.
I didn't listen to either of those projects, but I
Chief
did
Keef
see him
putting out
scroll by him a
something
little bit.
every week.
Yeah, yo, and you know who actually got back together that we probably should talk about, but I definitely didn't put it on the rundown? Baby and Juvenile, relinking.
I did listen to a little bit of that album.
An album is the craziest part. Yeah. An album, like not just a song. They could actually tolerate each other for longer periods of time.
Nah, I think they was always cool.
Even after the fact, you think?
But Juvie was actually the first one. Actually, no, they weren't, because Juvie was the first one to leave Cash Money.
Straight up. And then they had to put out then Baby went in Vibe. He sat down, did an interview with like Vibe real quick. Maybe XXL.
Only reason I really listened to the shit was because of Juvie though. I really
Back
don't
in the
fuck
day?
with Baby.
Oh.
And like the funny thing is, I was I was listening to what's that she got that $1 million. I was like, damn, this shit was jam. Why ain't I never put this on? And then Birdman came on.
It's like, oh.
Benz made a tap out. Jet made a tap. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, this is why. This is why.
This nigga, he ruins every song. Leather So Soft.
He would be one of
ruined it.
If he actually stepped out of the business portion of that record label, he could have had the biggest and best record label.
No, if
ever.
he stepped out of the rapping portion, fuck the business portion.
Every aspect, I think. If he just owned it. and stepped back and let the business
What a lot
run.
of motherfuckers don't know is his brother's got a bigger stake in it than he does. So
maybe he ain't making all the decisions.
Nah, he's the real brains behind Cash Money.
So do y'all think it's really not Baby playing them? Y'all think it's Slim maybe?
It's between the both of them.
Even if it's between the both of them, if his brother has a bigger stake in it and he can technically make when you have the larger stake in a company, you can technically make all the decisions.
I'm not saying he's got like, but he's a bigger part of Cash Money than Baby is. I know that. If not,
we never know. We never know.
Motherfucking shout outs to Lil Wayne. Paid off like $14 million in taxes. Shit. $14 million in taxes.
I still get shocked over that Diddy shit. And that's all
yeah,
I'm saying.
I paid $100 million. Then extra $5 just in case.
Dog, and if that's 37% of your income and you're paying $105 million in taxes,
you doing something
holy
right, nigga.
shit.
Doing something right.
Yeah. Wow. That's wild. That's wild. We kind of went into a tangent on that Uzi thing. I don't know how we got all the way to Bird, and Lil B. Listen to a diss track, like we went down the
what
rabbit
happens
hole.
these days, man.
Straight up. I was gonna talk about this Logic shit, but let's skip it. We already hour and. I was just gonna talk about how.
Go over that from last week. We didn't get to
Do
that.
you all think he's coming back?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah.
You don't think he's coming back?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think he's coming back to football this
Yeah.
year.
On any team.
Yeah.
Patriots
I think no. Only the
If
if
he
he comes
comes
back,
back,
it's
he's coming to
only
the
gonna be the
Patriots.
Patriots. He's
That-
not going back to
that's-
any other team.
That's
If he ever comes back,
100%.
that's a
I could
fact.
say that.
I'm saying if he comes,
But I
I
think
think
that he's going to do a bunch of other shit. I think you're gonna see Rob Gronkowski on TV,
for sure,
in movies.
for sure.
He was already in the WWE.
Yeah.
Like, this is a charismatic, and everybody's forgetting this motherfucker's only 30 years old. Like,
Yeah, he is.
he's gonna be fucked up when he's older, taking on them injuries and shit, which is why I don't think he's coming back.
Maybe.
Motherfucker, like, he had a target on his back.
Yeah, but all right, if the Patriots are in the same position that they have been for the last a lot of years, where
So
they
you think
can,
they'd sign him to come back for like the playoff run or some shit?
yeah, 2 games. I think if we had the bye, I think if we had the bye and he only had to play 2 games, I think we could sign him for a 2-game contract, have him come back for some. If that's even legal, I think that there's past a certain date he has to be on your team, or else they can't play in the Super Bowl, technically. But I think, like, whatever that date is, I think we could probably sign him to something and hold him to the playoffs, and then just like put him out there a game or two. Because even if he's not as good as he would be when he's leaving, he's probably big enough of a target that he would attract.
What if we do that with like Teddy Bruschi or like anyone else who's retired already? Like,
Nah, that
No,
nigga
no,
Teddy
no, no,
Bruce
no,
is
no,
like
no,
50, bro.
Yeah.
but when he did retire, like why not just toss him back in?
We did bring Gerard Mayo back as a linebackers coach, though. Y'all see that?
I did see that, and that was fire. I
It
love
is.
that because I also like the fact that his daughter does those post game interviews.
I did not know that.
His like 8-year-old daughter does these like interviews, and her like TV name is or segments called Lil Mayo, which is kind of fire. It's dope. It's dope that like our franchise does stuff like that for their players, or now, yeah.
I need to get my segment back.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. But yeah, I could see him doing that for Gronk. I could definitely see him doing that for Gronk. But I don't know. Also,
I could see the Patriots being open to it. I just don't see it happen.
okay, maybe.
The Patriots would obviously do that. They'd do anything to fucking have him in a playoff run.
Are the Browns overhyped?
I mean, they deserve the hype they got right now. I'll give them that, but all the talks of titles and shit like that,
Yeah, they're already talking Super Bowl.
yeah, that's unwarranted when you haven't played a game this season. Now, granted, you all won, 7 games last season?
And that was most of the time with a bad coach, a coach you didn't like.
Bruh,
Just let that go out of bounds.
good play. Fucking, yeah, man. I don't know.
If you look at the team on paper, yes, you want to talk about them as much as possible because that team looks crazy, and all of the players, all the top players on that team are either at or entering their peak in their like
That's what I
careers,
said.
which
They're
is
all
why
ballers,
it looks
but
tough.
Stop him. But
Which is
because
why
they're
it-
just playing in the Super Bowl,
But here's the
stop it.
but here's the thing. But
we
here's the
lost
thing.
a lot of those guys.
But here's also the thing. That team is really young and doesn't have that
They're
veteran
young and
voice.
haven't been there before.
And not only that, the first, and I feel like with the personalities on the team, Odell, Landry,
You got
Baker,
a lot of stars.
and when the first sideline argument happens, and we said this, boy,
What's gonna happen?
that thing's gonna be crazy. Odell's throwing Gatorade jugs, fighting with himself.
Yeah.
Like no one else is arguing with him, and he's kicking the net down.
You ain't fighting
You know
no
what I mean?
crackhead.
No one is fighting him, and he's going ham anyways. Imagine if Baker doesn't see him on a route. Imagine if misses him or something happens. I don't know, but I'm just saying it's gonna pop off.
A lot of shit that's gonna happen, man. But we ain't seen none of it yet.
Straight up.
We
So
ain't
we
even seen
gonna
the preseason yet.
so we gonna have to really wait and see.
They might be back on Hard Knocks again this year.
True.
What are our rings gonna look like, bro? 6.
Crazy.
Flooded.
Still gotta get those, baby.
Our rings are gonna look crazy. I can't wait for the banner release. That'll be dope too. Yo, did y'all hear about them moving our game? We're not gonna be the opening game this season.
No.
The Patriots aren't, even though we're the defending champs. They're switching it up this year since it's the 100th year of the NFL. They're
gonna play with like the Packers and Bears or some shit.
Yep.
Makes
Packers and
sense.
Bears because they're the most storied and oldest franchises.
That
It
makes
does
sense.
make sense, but that's all right.
I'll give it that. Why
right.
wouldn't we?
And then they give us the Sunday game.
Yeah, we don't like. I don't like starting on Thursdays.
All right.
Thursday night football is historically fucking bad. I hate watching it. I hate when we play it. Get us off it.
All right.
I'm cool with that.
Then we just like that. We're gonna move right along then. Let me check the time actually. See how much time. We're about an hour and a half in. Is this about time? Should we just hit it now?
Let's get into it, man.
All right. Anything else? No. Yes, there is. One topic. One we didn't talk about.
Circle back to it, man.
So yesterday at around 5:40, 5:50, I got wind that Nipsey Hussle had been shot out front of his store in L.A. I am. He'd been shot at front of his store in L.A. and he was later rushed to the hospital, and then from there was pronounced dead at the hospital. That news killed me. Yesterday I broke after that. After I got the news that he actually passed. I don't know about y'all, but I broke.
I was just scrambling trying to find any information I could, man. Because I didn't want to believe the shit.
No. I didn't want to believe it.
I was, no bullshit, talking to my grandmother about, she was saying, there's no, I'm gonna paraphrase it. There's no prophets today. There's no one speaking to the masses. And I said, yeah, there are. There's just, you're not tapped in. You're not plugged in like that. I'm explaining Twitter to them. Explaining Instagram. Like the way that you see people doing stuff on Facebook, which is what she primarily uses, people are doing that on all different types of social media platforms. And then a few hours later, I wake up to hear news that we done lost one of the realest out.
One of our prophets, for real.
For real, like
one of the people leading the masses.
one in
of
a
our
generation, once in a generation talent, mind,
human,
and fucking human, philanthropist, all of that, man.
Father,
like,
husband, entrepreneur, leader, community leader.
Some bullshit, man. And then on top of all that, you killed this man in front of where he pulled himself up by his bootstraps, literally. Like,
do you know why he bought that place?
He used to hustle out in front of it and on that same corner.
The guy who owned it previously didn't used to let him and his people hang out there. They used to let him, people like him, people from the hood, hang out in front of it. So when he got the chance, he went back and bought that strip. He went back and bought that store.
Good.
And made that his headquarters. You know, this is a man that was buying property for his community, his people.
Yeah, 18 businesses around L.A.
And not just buying property for his people. He was teaching us how to do it. He's teaching us how to pull us up.
Giving free game.
If no one else is going to teach us, how are we going to learn? You know what I mean? And he was one of the people out there doing it. So the facts that we know, he was shot 6 times out front of his store, resuscitated at the scene, pronounced dead later at the hospital, and currently there's a manhunt for the shooter. What they know is that he was black in his 20s, and that's about it.
That dude on TMZ on the live.
No, was it on TMZ? Was it this video? All right, let me play this video.
I did read that he said I heard around the hood that you a snitch.
Who's
It sound like Warren G talking.
who? Yeah, we got to know who's talking because that depends. That's gonna, you know.
They sound like a West Coast person, that's for sure.
It does. Oh, I'm trying to figure it out.
What does the caption say?
It just says his homie. I'm trying to remember his name.
But I did read something that he told the dude that you a snitch. And
Because everybody was there. They said that 6 shots. You know how close you got to be to somebody to get 6 shots in their body?
Right.
unfortunately on TMZ, I watched the video today.
I'm refusing.
That dude,
But
he
he was there.
he went back and forth.
Right.
He shot him on 3 separate occasions.
Right. Because Nipsey had seen him like eye level. You know what I'm saying? Like he had talked to him.
It looked like everyone tried to run. Yeah, they said he left and came back.
Right.
And then when he came back, he started shooting.
Right.
Everybody tried running. You see someone fall on the ground. You see 2 people fall on the ground.
Because apparently 3 were shot.
And then you
His
see the
baby was there.
dude.
His baby was there.
There's been speculation, and the little girl in the picture doesn't look like his daughter
Yeah.
from like the award show.
That's not his.
That didn't look like
I don't
his
think
kid.
so. That wasn't his kid.
It didn't
I
look
think
like it.
it was a kid that was like right before he got shot.
I hope not.
But yeah, it was the whole situation is wild.
He has another child.
Yeah,
Yes,
he's got a
two.
daughter
children.
and a son with Lauren London.
But yeah, I'm so heartbroken because this is really coming out. This is off some petty. This is off some petty stuff. Off just telling somebody you can't hang around here because you a snitch. You don't taking this man's life. Like, what are you doing for the community that's better? What are you doing? Are you out here, you know what I'm saying, like bringing back neighborhoods from poverty? He bought back so many, like he had a coding program to teach little kids, like how to code in LA. That's like, not a lot of kids from the hood are going, like not a lot of kids from the hood are going to be able to go to Silicon Valley. You know what I'm saying?
A lot
like
of people who had their third eye open like that, period, or whoever will. Now, like that's now that we're learning more about this, like I'm saying, like I felt that this was something completely different yesterday.
Right.
Given all that he was doing,
Mm-hmm.
like just another opportunity to tear another black man down.
Mm-hmm.
But
Now,
to like confirm that this is just some senseless bullshit now, it's just fucked up even more.
this literally makes me feel so
Like,
hopeless.
how you gonna do something like that to someone like that in their own city, like in front of something that they worked their whole life for, not just for themselves but for you. You seeing all the type of people that he done impacted. Dude's talking about, I've been incarcerated and he gave me a job after I got out. No one would give me a job. Now my parole's off my back. You see a man, I clean up this area. He's giving me a job for the last 13 years. Nip pulls up in a Benz. Oh, you doing your thing out here? All right, keep doing. No, matter of fact, get
Hop
in with me,
in the Benz.
motherfucker.
Yeah,
We
so
gonna
yeah,
take
he
you to
said
get a
hop in.
haircut.
Yeah.
Like, just a real nigga. And that shit,
I read.
like, no bullshit. I ain't even sleep well last night. That
I shed tears. I've never cried for anybody I've never met before that
shit
passed
hurt,
away.
man.
But this really hit different. This was like this was like, I felt like he was really a prophet. Like,
For real.
you know what I'm saying? Like, he has so much, like, but
Unlimited potential.
he was doing so much already for the community. All I could think about, like, now who's gonna do it? Like all I could think about was like, he is uplifting them. You know what I mean? Like, doing all these things. Like, who's gonna hold him down? Because he has given people so much hope, so much. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, who's going to do? You can't feel that. You can't. That's not a void. It's not even what he's doing. It's the mindset that he had. The videos and the documentaries I've watched about Nip way before, like, when I even, like, way before I knew what he was doing. Like, I would hear him talk, and he was a philosopher, straight up. Like, just the mindset he had. Like, you know, you don't want to be signing these types of deals. You know, that's some slave mentality. You know what I'm saying?
You could see him actually listening to the question that was being asked to him, thinking before he spoke.
Yep.
Like,
yeah,
you don't see that much anymore.
He was so
he's
spiritual.
He's a different kind of dude.
He's
real.
different.
You're a different kind of dude. I've never met him, but just through his music from day one, you could just tell. You could just tell he was there, and his purpose was bigger than just that music. It was bigger than just, you know, being on that track in that moment. He was there to inspire. He actually did say that. He was there to inspire.
I just also want to say he's the first gangster rapper that I've ever seen treat their woman with such respect openly. I'm sorry, but I don't see that very often, because Nipsey's an old school, like, he's an old school G. Like, if you watch his interviews, you know, like, he don't really take stuff lightly. We don't watch him backhand some dude for parking. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's an old school gangster, so people can't talk to him any kind of way. He's respected in his hood, in gang or not. Like, he's respected, period, because they know what he was bringing. They know the type of mindset. They know the kind of heart he has. His name literally means God will rise. Like, come on now. His real name. Like,
so
yeah.
that's the type of man he was. Here's a quote by Nipsey. Money is a tool. It's the means, not the end. Inspiration is the metric that dedicates whether or not a project is a success. It's more realistic than trying to aim for a radio player, trying to satisfy an A&R or other gatekeepers on these platforms. I don't even know how to create with those things in mind. But if you tell me the goal is to inspire, that makes my job a lot easier. He just lived to inspire. All he wanted to do was help people lift themselves up, to lift other people up,
Yeah.
to help out. You know what I mean? He was always down to help people out. That's the number one thing I hear from everybody who's saying that they've met Nipsey, everyone who's come in contact, worked with. He was always there to help you out. He wanted to help people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You find people who want to do that just
Yeah.
to see you do better,
Right.
not for anything in return.
Nothing.
You know what hurts more? There's some that one of our own took him away from us, man, and he really loved us. That's what hurts the most.
Seriously.
Like, he really loved us.
Because we love Nip, what we're going to do is constantly hold him down and make sure the marathon never stops. We're not going to let the marathon stop. We're going to keep pushing forward. We're going to keep reaching for our dreams. We're going to keep inspiring. We're going to keep working towards everything we want and everything we need. And we're going to do it for you, Nip. You showed us the way. You motivated us with countless music. Countless.
Music, words of wisdom,
Interviews, just being
all that
around.
shit, man.
Your presence, showing us how to be a young African American male doing good for his not only community, for his family, for himself, and then putting everybody else up on free game. The things you did for the industry, proud to pay. You just did so much for not only, and I hate to use this word, but you did so much for the culture, for black people, for everybody. I'll just say.
Just don't make no sense, man.
It don't. Again, my condolences to Lauren, the family, all of his loved ones.
Well, I can only imagine what they all going through.
We're going to hold you in our prayers. We're going to hold you up. We will. Seriously. We have to. Yeah. So, call an episode.
Something right, man.
All right. We're going to leave it on that.
Everything follow that. Once again, man, R.I.P. Nip. R.I.P. to everyone else falling down, man. Praying for L.A., praying for his family, his kids, his woman, Lauren London.
His kids, his mom, his brother.
For real, man.
You know? R.I.P. We love you. Always. We always will.
Logo on my flow mat. Courtside Chamberlain throwback match my Rolex. Everywhere I go flex, valet park on some low shit. Whole lot of smoke in that Rory, that thing poke. Burning rubber, wearing cameras, they was undercovers. Under pressure, made statements, turned on their brothers. Never judge you, but the streets will never love you. I wonder what it come to in your brain for you to run to. One's the haters, handcuff us and maces. Call us dumb niggas cause our culture is contagious. Third generation South Central gangbangers that live long enough to see it change. Think it's time we make arrangements. Finally wiggle out they mazes. Find me out in different places. And the spoke by the door, this the infiltration. Double back dressed